She was a VP at 15 years old. If that's not businesswoman, if that's not it girl, I don't know what is. You being that girl, you being it, has to do with multiple factors. It has nothing to do with what you have on. It does. You being an it girl, it's different layers to it. But is she an it girl within? Is she doing her thing within? How is her work ethic? How is her drive? How does she treat people? And True had all of those different components. So she ends up becoming a CEO. We really need to reevaluate what is being an it girl.
Christ's love isn't like everybody else's love. It's not like the world's love. The world's love loves you when you do things right or when you do things with them. But as soon as you make a mistake, they take that love away. But what I've experienced with the love of Christ is that it loves first. It loves through wrongdoing. It loves when you shouldn't be loved anymore. It's unconditional. And that's the love that I believe is going to change the world and has changed me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Micaiah. I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black.
Yo, Sasha here. Excuse me? Supermodels do not fly business class. Now, I'm not gonna demand a private jet, but I think Jag could at least spring for first class.
And I am bringing you all another commentary video. Now, I'm doing some self-care, okay, y'all? Ooh, let me turn this volume. Self-care, why not come on here, right? I'm pampering myself and all of that good stuff. And I'm like, why not come on here and talk about the original it girl, True Jackson. So before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more on me. And if you're new, hey, and if you're a returner, I really, truly appreciate the love. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into the video. The it girl, characterized by her authenticity, kindness, fashion sense, vibrant spirit, successfully overcame challenges despite her age. She exemplified the notion that talent knows no age, demonstrating that individuals can achieve remarkable success, often surpassing those who are older than them. And her name is True Jackson, VP.
Cricket, you're probably really nice somewhere under all of that you. But for right now, I need to be surrounded by friends. You're fired.
Captivated by her straightforward approach while selling sandwiches outside his office, fashion executive Max unexpectedly extends an offer to teenage True Jackson for a position as a vice president overseeing youth apparel line. Initially taken aback by the intense office dynamics, especially the hostility from her older colleague Amanda, True soon adapts, recognizing that the challenges of corporate life are similar to navigating the treacherous waters of high school. She persevered regardless of her circumstances, and it was truly gratifying to witness a beautiful dark-skinned woman showcased on our screens as the lead, embodying a commendable representation. So what sparked me even doing this video was I've been going on a tangent watching so many old shows, and I've been doing that over the years, but especially now I've been doing that, and I came across True Jackson VP and I was like, oh my gosh, I loved this show when I was younger. Keke Palmer did her thing. Like, I was just obsessed, and I love the representation that was on my screen. I don't know about anyone else, but I didn't really see a dark-skinned woman leading a show, specifically on a Nickelodeon show before, and she was the first black woman on Nickelodeon to lead her own show, and I thought that was so dope, so fire. And she really paved the way for so many other young girls. She was always just like this positive inspiration. I loved her back from Akeelah and the Bees, the long shot, the long yard, one of those. And I loved her on that. So I was like, why not speak about her? Because True was really that girl. She really was. When you really sit back and you look at it, I'm already like 8-9 episodes in, and I'm like, True is really that girl. How can I forget? She's the youngest person at her company. At 15 years old, she's a VP. Now granted, this is fake, but however, that's on her businesswoman stuff.
She's treating me like I'm an idiot just because I'm a model.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, she thinks I'm an idiot too, and I'm a vice president.
just based off of her creativity. Like, this was a positive representation for young girls to look at and to look up to. Like, come on now. This was perfect representation when it comes to a darker complexion black woman. Like, this was perfect representation, and I loved it, and I'm going to continue to finish it because it's just so good, and it's just like fun TV. Kiki's funny. The supporting cast that they had around her was hilarious. Every single person was perfectly casted. Like, this was just a great show through and through. It really was a great show, and there was so many different components that I liked about it, specifically displaying an interracial couple in front of us with True and Jimmy. Not just any interracial couple, but a dark-skinned woman with a white man, which you really didn't really see on our TV screens very often.
Than just mailroom guy.
Really? True, you're so awesome.
On like Nickelodeon or Disney Channel, so I thought that was good too. I'm actually not against interracial dating. I feel like there's different facets to it, okay? We're not gonna speak on that on this video right now, but I do love how they did show that on the screen, because you never really seen on a children's TV screen besides like Boy Meets World. But even then, I feel like that kind of was a nice balance for like an older audience but also a younger audience. But I feel like True Jackson VP was specifically more for like cater towards a younger audience. And yeah, that was just good to see. Positive representation. She's not your quote unquote ratchet, loud. She was a little loud in the show, but I love that. But she's not like this stereotypical woman. She was quirky, she was funny, she was kind, she was sweet. Like, she just had so many different layers to her, and I feel like you didn't really see that too much, specifically on Nickelodeon for a dark-skinned black woman. I love that as well. So this show just through and through was like really good. Like, I even hate nowadays how teenagers really don't have their own avenue. Like, I remember having my own avenue. Like, I was eating this show up. I was eating it up. And I'm not saying I didn't want to do the things adults did, but I have my own like village, my own things that I could look at, where it's like, okay, I have my Justice level, and then I have my Forever 21 level, and then once I got older, I got tapped into Fashion Nova. You get what I'm trying to say? I had a nice like balance of it, where nowadays everyone kind of like shoots for that one thing, just that Fashion Nova, just that Zara, just that this, just like that, and the list goes on. And I think this is a lack that we have within the media, and I don't really know how to rectify that. Because once you put me, like, if I'm a teenager, right, once I'm kind of in that grown mindset, like where I want to wear what I see the latest Instagram model wearing, or someone that I look up to wearing, and I have access to wearing that, why would I want to go back to wearing colorful stuff over here and all that? You know? And you can't fault them, because that's all they know, right? They don't have like their own avenue. So I do want to get that other layer to it. However, that's why kids, I think, are more advanced. Not to say a lot of us in our generation and older were not advanced as well, but I think now it's like pushing it even forward. I love how this was a great avenue. This came out, I think this was for between 2008 and 2011, and that was around the time I was like 9, 10, and like 12, but to not, like, I think I was turning 10, so 10, 11, 12, I was in my preteens. I had that connection to True, and like I said, I love seeing representation on my screen, and I've always loved Keke Palmer. So even people like to sleep on her music, which is kind of very frustrating to me. Like, if you don't know Dance Alone, boy, don't let me dance alone,
Don't let me dance alone. Ooh, baby, don't let the music die.
but baby, don't let the music die. But that was way after True Jackson BP. But my point is, though, is that I really did like Keke a lot, especially back then. Oh my gosh, like, I loved Keke Palmer. I was listening to all her different music, and I was just so into her, very much so. So this representation just made me happy when I see her on my screen, because I do believe that she was going to be on a show on Disney Channel.
Through the ups and downs, highs and lows, thick and thin, there ain't nobody that can love me like my family can. There's my grandpa and my brother with the best of friends. I love them so much. That's why we gotta stick together like glue. And nobody got my back like my family do. Oh no, they don't. We got
Good luck.
Save it. You're gonna need it for your parent-teacher conference. Hit it, DJ. Doesn't matter where you live, 'cause there ain't no place like the crib. Doesn't matter where you're from.
But it never got picked up and never went anywhere. That's why it's like everything happens on God's timing. It doesn't happen when we want it to happen. It happened when it was supposed to happen. So she was able to do something monumental, becoming the first Black woman to lead her show on Nickelodeon. Another layer that I loved about this show is that it was in front of a live audience. I have watched a lot of my shows, I'm not gonna lie to you, from the early 2000s, 90s, specifically the early 2000s with a lot of kid shows. I didn't really see that too many of them perform in front of live audiences. So to add to was specifically in 2008, you didn't see too many shows having a live audience still. I thought that was really dope to just show the range of all of these different actors and them pivoting and maneuvering and just showing up. Like that's not easy, performing in front of a live audience. The higher pressure when you're in front of an audience, you have to remember everything. It just puts it on a different level, and that just shows the sophistication of this whole cast. Another thing that I wanted to point out, and it shows how far we've came within the makeup realm, is that I even noticed on the first couple of episodes, I'm not sure better as it progressed, but I did notice with her makeup about how now we have so many different depths within our like tones, specifically getting to Black women and having different layers and facets, because before a lot of companies would just have like one tone for this and that's it, when we have like different layers and all of that. And I noticed how far we've come when it comes to makeup as well. So that's something very much like, I was like, oh okay, I witnessed it here, and I never paid too much attention about like the whole makeup thing until I'm looking at like different people back in like the 90s, like Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, and how it really does look drastically different compared to the quality and what we have now. So that's something too, we need to appreciate that, honestly, because I don't even know why it was like that in the first place. I don't understand at all. However, it just does show how far we have come, especially within that realm. We just need to thank God for brands like Fenty, okay? We need to thank God for brands like Fenty, because Fenty has really paved the way and really has changed the industry in a massive way. Yeah, so shout out to Riri. So I encourage you all to go back and like watch True Jackson VP and really just give that some love again, and let me know your thoughts of how you felt about the show. Who was your favorite character besides True, and just like the different layers of, am I getting this wrong? Like, was she not the original It Girl? Well, one of the OG It Girls. Like, she was a VP at 15 years old. If that's not businesswoman, if that's not It Girl, I don't know what is. I think sometimes when we think about It Girl, we always get caught up in like the materialism of things, but no, I think, to me personally, like, you being that girl, you being it, has to do with multiple factors. It has nothing to do with what you have on. It doesn't have nothing to do with this. It doesn't have nothing to do with this. You being an It Girl, it's different layers to it. It's not just like, oh, she's always wearing these popping outfits and she's an It Girl. No, but is she an It Girl within? Is she doing her thing within? How is her work ethic? How is her drive? How does she treat people? And True had all of those different components. She was fabulous. She was kind. She was a young entrepreneur. Well, she was a young, wait, didn't she end up becoming a CEO of that company? Did True Jackson VP end up becoming a CEO? I'm like my dad and my grandmother that be reading into the phone. Yes, True Jackson becomes a new boss at Max Styles. Yes, I forgot about that. So she ends up becoming a CEO. Come on. And I'm pretty sure, what, this show was on for like 2-3 years. So that means she was, what, 18 when she became a CEO? Come, y'all. We really need to reevaluate what is being an It Girl and reconstruct this, because being an It Girl is not all about materialism things. I said materialism things. Materialistic things. Okay? So I believe that True truly embodied, even though she was a fictional character, she truly did embody what it means to be that girl and what it means to be an It Girl. And a lot of young women who've seen her on our screen including me, that was really motivational. And now that I think about it, I think that was truly impactful. Maybe that caused me to want to get into fashion and caused me to just want to just be driven and to maneuver and do all these different things. Because even in college, I was like very involved. Like, I was a busy bee in college. Of course I had my fun, but I was all about the business, and I still am. But especially like in college, I was all about the business. Girl got work now, so I'd be a little tired, but no, we getting even back on this YouTube business, right? So True Jackson is that girl, period. So I thank y'all for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. And I want you all to know that you are truly loved. You are that in a bag of chips to the Lord, okay? You are that in a bag of chips to the Lord. So don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. He crafted you. He created you. You are such a beautiful creation, and I want you to walk in that. So I will see you all in the next video. Stay blessed, everyone.
Y'all know I am.